What's up, all you Batman loving dudes and dudettes? Toys is here, and I am back at it again to give you guys another fresh look, courtesy of my friends over at McFarlane Toys. They sent over their brand new DC Multiverse, the Dark Knights metal action figure line. I am so stoked to check these out. We've already checked out the Dawnbreaker, we've checked out the Murder Machine, and now we got the Grim Knight, baby. And this guy looks fantastic. They all look fantastic, and we'll be getting to the Devastator very shortly. But with this Grim Knight, man, it's like Batman meets the Punisher, right? I guess that would be the best description. Evil multiverses and whatnot. Anyways, on the back, you get a really nice card art. Very cool. You get all the cross-sells of the previous White Knight, which I highly recommend as well. Wonder Woman goes either way. Screen grab this if you want to grab them. And I just want to point out that the card art and the packaging art tends to be a little bit different from the actual figure. This one seems to be more in line for what we actually got. It's actually the same weapons, the cachet on the back, everything else. So I would have preferred the artwork to match up a little bit better, but let's see how this figure is. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of plastique. We are totally checking out the brand new Batman Dark Knights Metal DC Multiverse, the Grim Knight by McFarlane Toys. And here's the old grimacy Grim Knight out of the packaging, and I think you're gonna like this one. This one is very, very cool, especially for all those tactical sort of Batman people out there, right? He comes with a medley of guns, we'll just say that. We'll look at those in just a second. The card art, we've already gone over that, not the right one, so to speak. Wish he had a cape. Yeah, that'd be cool. Screen grab this if you want to find out more about the Grim Knight. This guy's detail is insane. I will give them, this is what I want to see from McFarlane Toys, just in terms of their Batman. Now keep in mind, this is a Batman from an alternate evil multiverse. So it's not Batman, it's Punisher Batman. But he's got like this Kevlar looking suit to him, the detail on it. He's very tactical. He's got pouches for days. Rob Liefeld, I'm sure he would love this figure. But he just looks awesome. His pants, all the different straps, the ammo. There are things to it that I really wish were different in some aspects so that you could do different things, you know, with the guns and such. But let's look at the articulation for now. Now, in terms of the articulation for the Grim Knight, his head is on a nice ball joint. It'll go left, right. It'll look kind of sort of up. It looks more down than anything. Not a whole lot of movement out of the head, unfortunately. But, you know, you can get him looking kind of dour, souring. The belts, the straps, all of these, I'm sure you could find a way to remove them if you wanted to, but no, I will say that I'm not going to be taking these off, and they're situated just fine. I love the details on this thing. I just wish that he had a little bit more paint. I'm actually kind of shocked that McFarlane didn't put a lot more paint on this guy. I think that he could have really benefited from it, but he does have a nice ab crunch. He does get a little bit gappy, as you can see right there. I know some people are not going to dig that too much. The belts do aid in kind of hiding that, so that's nice. He crouches down about that much, side to side, and he does swivel. He's got all these little guns in which way. I wish, if you could have taken these out, that would have been amazing. But like I said, a little bit more paint, that would have just knocked this figure out of the park. I like his little sculpt on his scarf right there. He does have butterfly joints, much like all the other Dark Knights that we've looked at so far. Bicep, he's got double jointed elbows. He does have double jointed elbows, but it only goes to about right there because he has these big, massive Batman gauntlets on. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, I mean, it works fine, but it just kind of, it doesn't do all the way up where you'd think like, it could go a little bit more. He does have ball joints on the wrist. They'll go up and down and they will spin. He's got trigger fingers on both hands as well. He will do the splits. Actually, kind of the belt, the gun right here on this side gets in the way, but Batman doesn't really do a lot of splits, just FYI. He can kick out. He's got some double jointed knees that work right there. Really cool to see. He's always customizing his stuff. He's got Batman knee pads. Nothing at the boot, nothing at the thigh swivel. And he does have toe articulation with the black pin. Yes! It matches up to the colors, but just really take it all in. He has gun caches and the boots, they're all, they did a phenomenal job for the sculpt on this, and I absolutely love the head on this guy, but if he had just a little bit more paint, my God, that would have looked amazing. Now, he does come with a magnitude of guns, we'll say, but they're all one piece and has a little peg right there. Again, the paint, if they would have just put some paint on. Now, it does look very artistic, right? It does look like Spawn's old famous covers kind of deal. So in that sense, I'm not too upset. It's not something that bothers me, but as a nitpick, if they would have just oh man, it would have just been phenomenal. So you go ahead and just kind of fit this right in his back, and it looks like he's just packing heat all day. You can go ahead and fit his rocket launcher, grenade launcher right there in his hands. There we go. And that fits, and it looks natural. He holds it really, really nicely, so I definitely dig that. And then finally, his other gun, whatever you want to call it, that fits right in there, right in his hand, and you have one awesome Grim Knight. That is phenomenal. That is a great looking figure. So really, when you do start posing him with the guns, the weapons, and everything else, you can really bring him to life. He looks fantastic, and when you display him with other figures, yeah, he's going to look good. I think the weapons match up nicely. Again, just to kind of reiterate, the paint. I think a lot of people are going to really paint the heck out of this guy. When you pair him up with the other Dark Knights that we've already looked at, including the Batman Who Laughs, oh yeah, we're building the team, baby. We're almost there. This is looking all kinds of awesome. The Grim Knight fits in perfectly. It's just a medley of bad Batmans, man. And then, of course, just to show some scaling with the Batman 1000 and, of course, the White Knight, they look good together as well. You can have this White Knight, you can have him as an alternate Batman from a different multiverse. Now, check this out. I think a lot of people are going to be interested in this. You can swap the heads between the Grim Knight and the Batman 1000, and I think it looks pretty darn good. It's actually, it might be like a smidge of a shade, right, just off of a Batman 1000, but I think it looks great. And the smaller head for the Grim Knight actually looks good too, so this might be beneficial for both figures, right? You could, I mean, the Grim Knight looks good as it is, but for Batman 1000, yeah, I think he looks pretty dang cool. If you have the old Spawn figures, you'll know that Spawn came with a dozen weapons all the time, right? He always was souped up. So this is like a fan fiction in and of itself. Batman, Punisher, I know they met in the comics, but not the Grim Knight, yeah, you know what I mean? But Spawn for days, all the guns, every which way. This is a fantastic evil Batman. This is not Batman. See, this is, you have to look at this and go, Batman would never touch guns. This is a rotten, evil Batman. He's the gun guy. He would never do this, but he's from a dark multiverse. And McFarlane Toys, they pulled it off great. The paint could have improved. Just saying that. I dig the articulation, the guns. If I understand why you can't give him too many guns. I get it. But you can soup them up. I'm sure everyone has a Marvel Legends Punisher or two. You got extra little action figure guns lying around. You can really soup them up. But I am curious to know what you guys think about this Grim Knight. Is he one that you have to get? What are your thoughts? Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything Grim Knight. And thank you again to McFarlane Toys for sending these out to give you guys this fresh look. And don't forget about DC Fandom starting this Saturday, August 22nd. All kinds of new reveals, and I'll have more for you guys later on this week. A lot of cool retro shiz happening as well. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember when you have evil Batman running around, you know, the regular, normal Batman, whatever Earth he's from at this point, he's going to stop you in every way, shape, and form. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.